Look at Popeye. Boy, quit licking me. Quit licking me. Thanks so much for watching Dia's Frugal Life. I'm Dia, and if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell for more future videos. Hey guys, how's it going? Glad you are back and glad I'm able to talk to you guys. Kind of share a little bonus of the series that I've been doing of how I save money and live a happy life. So I want to just give you ladies, especially, I'm gearing this more towards you ladies, but it can happen to men as well. So the bonus is make sure you have you. Make sure you put yourself as a priority. Make sure that you have your savings. Make sure that you get yourself straight pretty much. Because I was a stay-at-home mom for 99.9% of my marriage. And personally, I didn't have a higher education. I didn't have much job experience, career experience. I didn't have any of that. I got married really young. And then fast forward almost 20 years, you know, unfortunately we got divorced. But now it's not unfortunate. Now I'm happier than I've ever been. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel, ladies. There really is. You know, don't think you're alone, because you're not. Sadly, a lot of us ladies go through it. So, you know, but make sure that you put yourself first. You know, I was going through it, you know, at the time of being separated and going through the divorce and everything. So, you know, I didn't have a savings account. I didn't have a career. I didn't have any higher education. I didn't have a lot of the things that would make me feel at ease knowing that I'm going to be going through a separation or a divorce or anything like that. I didn't have any of those things. I didn't even have my family near me, you guys. We always lived far away from my family too, so I didn't even have that kind of support. But, you know, if I can do it, you guys can do it, because I mean, really, I'm the type that is very quiet, very shy. I just stick to myself, keep to myself. I'm an introvert. You know, I can be a people person, just, you know, bits, little bit here and there, but most of the time I just keep to myself, and I'm okay with that. That's my personality. You know, if you're more outgoing, then more power to you, but that's just how I am. But that also makes me a little bit more like nervous, more scared when I was going through all that, because I'm like, all I kept thinking was financial. How am I going to do this? How am I going to be able to pay for all my bills, my food, my housing, my car, you know, everything? How am I going to do it? I depended on my husband for practically all our marriage. I didn't have anything, you know, to fall back on. I really didn't. And in a way, I felt like I couldn't even go back to California, because I felt shameful. I really did. Cheers. This little one. Look at her. She likes to climb on top of that table. Oh, gosh. But yeah, you guys, that's what I recommend. Make sure you have you. Make sure you got some kind of business going, some kind of side hustle. At the very least, make sure you have a good nest egg, a good savings account, because, you know, hopefully it never happens to you, but if the case happens where, you know, you get separated or you get divorced, because sadly it happens more often than none now, You know, you have something to help you with that stress, with that anxiety, to keep you from just going cuckoo, you know, in your own mind. Especially if you have kids, if they're underage, if you have multiple children, you know, how am I going to support them? Because child support is oftentimes not enough. It's not enough. So, you know, I stressed out so much. I lost a lot of weight too, you guys. I really did. I wasn't really eating as much for a while, but luckily, finally, I snapped out of it. I really did. It took me a minute, but I snapped out of it, and I started doing for me. I started putting myself first, working on myself, learning about myself, just putting myself as a priority in my own life, you guys, because I didn't do that before. I always put everybody else in the priority list and put myself in the back burner. And that was a huge mistake that I did. So don't do that, ladies. Don't do that. Make sure you keep yourself going, you keep yourself straight, you keep your mental straight, physical, health, mind, body, soul, everything. Put yourself on that top priority list as well, because you matter. You are worth it. In the end, it's you, babe. It's you. So make sure that you got you. You got plan A, B, C, and all the way through Z if you need to. If you're that type of person that you need to plan stuff out, backup plan for the backup plan for the backup plan, then do that. Do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I wasn't the type to go get higher education. That's just not me. I'm not that type. If you are, good. Go do it. Go get it. But I rather build a business. I rather do side hustles. I rather do something that is more towards my personality, more geared towards making way more than minimum wage, because I've done the fast food and I've done the minimum wage jobs, and you work too hard for your money, and I want to work smarter, not harder. So make sure, y'all ladies, make sure you work smarter and not harder, because ladies, we can multitask. We are very smart and we can do it. We can do it. You know, even if you're married, if you have a hobby, hey, figure out a way to make a little bit of money. It just boosts your immune system. It might. I don't know why that popped in my head. It boosts your confidence, you guys. It really does. And, you know, it makes you think like, okay, hopefully, God forbid, it ever happens. But if you do have to separate, you do get a divorce, or even worse, your spouse passes away, you know, you have something for that? Have you thought about that? Has that even crossed your mind? I don't want to scare you, but, you know, these are things that you have to think about. Like, what are you going to do? A lot of people lose their homes, they lose their cars, they lose everything because, you know, worst case scenario, your husband passed away and now you're stuck with all the bills. You don't make what he makes, or you don't even have a job, and you have kids at home, you have young kids, and that's stressful, you guys. That's stressful. So my advice to you ladies is make sure you have something going for yourself. Know that you have a nest egg, or that you're able to get some kind of side hustle that then turns into a small business, then turns into a big business, or, you know, have that higher education while you're married, you know, take a class here and there and kind of get yourself going if you prefer to go that route. But always make sure you put yourself first. And that doesn't mean, you know, neglect anybody else. I'm not saying that, but, you know, have you on that top priority list too, because most of us moms always want to take care of everybody and we neglect ourselves. So don't do that. Don't do that. Take it from me. Learn from my mistakes, you guys. Don't do that. Put yourself first. Love yourself. Respect yourself. All of that. Work on yourself. It takes time. And you have to face a lot of things in your own head, but it's well worth it. because I look back even like 2-3 years and I felt bad for that person that I felt so bad for her. But I'm so happy now, you guys. My life is so blessed and so abundant and so happy, and I love myself. I really do. I love myself. I love my life. Of course, I love my daughter. She's my BFF. But you know, this life I never even could imagine. And I don't even need that much money really to live a happy life. The life that I choose is not very expensive. It's not very luxurious. It's more of a life that is more freeing, less stress, less worries, less is more. Less is more in many aspects of my life. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little bonus tip, you guys, or ladies, more geared towards the ladies. Make sure you got something going for you, because you just never know the future. You never know. And even just for your sanity, you know, just have something going for you, for your sanity, so you're not spiraling in depression or feeling like you're overworked and overwhelmed and all that. So I mean, even if you never get divorced and your husband and you have the awesome relationship, which I hope that most of you do, but you know, even just for your sanity, for something for you to do, you know, get a hobby, get a small business going, get something going for your life, for yourself. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So that's it. That's the bonus. So it's geared towards the ladies and you gentlemen as well, because you know, the roles can be reversed, but more oftentimes than not, it's the ladies staying at home, being the stay-at-home mama and putting themselves last. So alrighty, I will talk to you on the next video. Bye guys.